Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about the triple constraint for project management. So there are three competing priorities in every project, and there are three aspects of every project that you have to keep in check if you want to have an effective project: scope, budget, and schedule. Scope, meaning at the beginning of the project, you said, we're going to do these things, we're not going to do these other things. This is the very specific and finite scope that we're going to work on. Budget, being here is the monetary allowance that we have given ourselves to deliver this specific scope. Schedule, here are the milestones and the deadline with which we want to deliver this set scope for this set budget. So all three of these things have to be managed effectively, but you also have to understand how they interact together if you want to have an effective management of your project, right? So, scope, for example, there will come a time in almost every project where somebody wants you to add a few deliverables or a few things or change something about the original scope that you set. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, right? Because sometimes it makes logical sense. Sometimes it's obvious that you should do that. You should make a change and change the scope of the project mid flight because it just makes sense. And that happens. But when that happens, it's important for you to understand that the original budget and the original schedule were set on the original scope. So if you change the scope, you can now not magically expect the schedule and the budget to stay exactly the same when you change the fundamental thing that you were trying to deliver in that time frame and in that budget, right? And so you have to understand, kind of going into a project, which of these things is more important to you, and then manage it accordingly. So is scope flexibility more important? Meaning we're not 100% sure what we're going to find as we get into this. We need to be dynamic and flexible, right? Or are we going to be really rigid with the scope because budget and time frame are really important to us? Or do we have a really set deadline, meaning it's better to shave a little bit off the scope and spend a little bit more money to expedite and hit a specific deadline with an MVP one or whatever it is, right? And so understanding these triple constraints, how they work together, and which are the most important for the specific project that you're working on is going a long way, is going to go a long way for you to conceptually manage and understand how to manage the initiatives that you're driving. So we'll talk more about these concepts kind of as we go through the workshop, but just to set your mind in a consistent place conceptually: scope, schedule, budget. These are the triple constraints of project management.